I transferred to a rich private school this week, and I already think the most popular girl there hates me. I started at my new school today after moving to Westbridge because of my dad's job, and I swear this place feels less like a school and more like some kind of social experiment for rich teenagers. Like, I genuinely don't think I was mentally prepared for how weird rich kids are. Not even in a they're spoiled way, just different. The first thing I saw this morning was a girl getting dropped off in a Porsche arguing with her mom because apparently she was embarrassed they brought the old one. The old one. And nobody around her reacted at all. Meanwhile, I was sitting in my dad's car trying not to throw up from anxiety because I already felt out of place before I even got out. I made the mistake of arriving early too, which meant I got to stand there awkwardly while everybody reunited with their friends like it was the season finale of a TV show. I literally pretended to text people so I wouldn't look lonely. And I know this sounds dramatic, but I could feel people clocking me as new immediately. Like those little quick looks people do. Not staring, just tiny scans. Do I know her? Who is she with? Is she important? Why is she alone? And being one of the only black girls there made everything feel even more obvious. Nobody said anything directly all day. Honestly, I think this school is too socially evolved for direct bullying. Everything there is subtle. Tiny comments, tiny looks, tiny changes in tone. Everybody smiles constantly, but it never fully reaches their eyes. I already miss normal people. I got lost trying to find my first class because the school is literally the size of an airport and ended up walking into the wrong hallway twice because I was panicking too hard to focus. That's when this girl, Claire, found me standing near the office looking completely lost. She was actually nice. Like, genuinely nice. Blonde, perfect makeup, expensive looking everything, but surprisingly normal. At least compared to the people around her. She started helping me find my classes and introduced me to her friend group, which is where I met Madison. And honestly, I knew immediately that girl was important somehow. Not because anybody said it. You could just tell. Everybody around her paid attention when she talked. Even teachers. She had that terrifying kind of confidence where you can tell she's been treated like the center of the universe her entire life. And she wasn't rude to me at all. That's the creepy part. She was actually polite. But she kept subtly looking me up and down while Claire talked to me, and it made me insanely self-conscious for some reason. Like suddenly I became aware of everything. My shoes, my hoodie, my hair, the way I was standing. I even caught myself checking whether my backpack looked cheap compared to everyone else's, which is actually insane because I've never cared about stuff like that before in my life. This school gets into your head immediately. The whole place runs on social hierarchy. And the weirdest part is everybody there already seems aware of it. Like there are invisible rankings nobody explains to you. Who matters? Who doesn't? Who people secretly talk about? Who gets invited places? At one point, I walked past two girls whispering about somebody not being invited to a lake house trip this summer, like it was a literal public execution. These people are terrifying. Lunch was when I really started noticing how deep the social politics go there. Claire invited me to sit with her group, and the second I walked toward their table, I could feel people watching. Not everybody, but enough people. Like it was apparently important where I sat on my first day. And I instantly regretted going over there because that table was clearly one of those important groups. Athletes, rich kids, perfect-looking people who somehow already look professionally successful at 16 years old. I sat down and immediately felt like I was interrupting something. Everybody there already had history with each other. Inside jokes, shared drama, stories I clearly wasn't part of. And then this guy Ethan started talking to me. And apparently that mattered way more than I realized at the time. At first, he just seemed normal, which honestly made him stand out immediately because everybody else at that school talks like they're in a job interview. Meanwhile, this dude was talking to me like an actual person. And the weird thing is, he wasn't even flirting aggressively. He was just paying attention to me. But the second he did, I noticed people noticing. Especially Madison. And I swear the energy at the table changed slightly every time he talked directly to me. Not dramatically. Just tiny little shifts. People looking over. People going quiet for half a second. Madison suddenly paying more attention. It felt like there were social rules I didn't understand yet. At one point, Madison asked what my dad does for work, and after I answered, she just nodded slowly and went, "That makes sense." That was it. That was literally the whole comment. But somehow it still felt loaded. I spent the next hour replaying it in my head, trying to figure out what she meant. And honestly, that's the worst thing about this school so far. Everybody says things in a way where you have to analyze them afterward. Nothing feels straightforward. By sixth period, I already felt mentally exhausted. Not because the classes were hard, because I felt like I'd been socially monitored for 8 straight hours. And then gym class happened. We were playing volleyball, and I got absolutely destroyed by the ball in front of everybody. Like, directly in the face. My eyes instantly watered, and I heard people laughing before I could even process what happened. And yes, I know objectively it's not some huge traumatic event. But when you already feel insecure and out of place, yeah, it feels horrible. Especially because I heard Madison laughing too. And I know that sounds small, but for some reason, hearing her laugh specifically made it so much worse. Because suddenly I became aware that people there were already forming opinions about me. And there was nothing I could do about it anymore. The really messed up part? Ethan checked on me afterward, and somehow that made everything even more awkward. Because everybody noticed that too. That school is obsessed with social meaning. Every interaction becomes information. Every tiny thing matters. By the end of the day, random people I'd never even spoken to were already following me on Instagram. Which genuinely freaked me out. How were people finding me that fast? And why did it feel like everybody there constantly monitored everybody else? When I got home, I told my mom school was fine and immediately went upstairs to stalk everyone's Instagram accounts because apparently Westbridge had already started corrupting me after a single day. And oh my God, these people live completely different lives. Boat parties, ski trips, designer clothes, massive houses. There were pictures of Madison and Ethan together all over her Instagram too. Not kissing or officially couple looking, but enough pictures together that I immediately understood the situation. Or at least part of it. And suddenly the weird energy at lunch started making way more sense. Then I made another mistake. I looked at Madison's TikTok reposts. Never do that. That girl is terrifying. It was all these super passive aggressive relationship videos and fake friendship quotes and stuff about girls who want attention from people they can't have. And maybe I'm being paranoid. But after today, I genuinely don't think I am. The creepiest part is I don't even think she dislikes me personally. I think I accidentally became a problem in some social situation I don't fully understand yet. And now I'm involved whether I want to be or not. Anyway, I was trying to convince myself I was overthinking everything. Until like 10 minutes ago, Claire texted me asking if I wanted to sit with them again tomorrow. Which sounds nice, obviously. Except literally right after that, Madison followed me on Instagram. And almost immediately after following me, she liked one of my old pictures from like 2 years ago. Not a recent one. An old one. And I swear that somehow felt intentional. I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid already. But I genuinely feel like that girl is watching me now. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm overthinking all of this anymore. Part of me feels like Madison is just one of those girls who notices everything, and I accidentally got her attention. But another part of me genuinely feels like I walked into some kind of social war without realizing it. And the worst part? I have to go back there tomorrow. So yeah. What would you do in my situation? Would you stay away from Ethan completely? Would you trust Claire? Or am I being paranoid about Madison already? Because right now, I honestly can't tell if these people are actually nice or just really good at pretending. Anyway, if anything else happens tomorrow, I'll probably update again because this school already feels insane after one day.